political leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, member of Parliament for Castries East, and the next Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, colleague parliamentarians, colleague candidates, executive members and supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party, fellow St. Lucians, constituents of Dennery North, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is always a pleasure to be on the market steps. And you know that any time the St. Lucia Labour Party decides to invite you to the market steps, we have a lot to say to you. We have a lot to share with you. And tonight, I can resist the temptation to tell you how bad this government has performed over the last 5 years. But tonight, I am a bit encouraged. And tonight, I do not want to dwell too much on the negativity. Those are well documented. But tonight, I'm a happy man. Tonight, I'm in a position where I know for a fact that hope is on the horizon for the people of St. Lucia. Not because the Alan Chasney government has realized there's a need for a change in policy and a shift in direction, but tonight I am encouraged by the fact that the election date will soon from today be announced, and that the people of St. Lucia, in every single constituency, from Grosile in the north to Vieux-Fort in the south, are waiting to go into the various polling stations to elect the St. Lucia Labour Party to preside and govern over the affairs of this country. My brothers and sisters, we have witnessed 5 wasted years. 5 years in which a government struggled to get its priorities right. And after 5 years, and having presided over the largest quantum of state resources, they have absolutely nothing to show for it. Gouvernement ça là, j'ai dépensé plus d'argent parce que pièce l'autre gouvernement en history pays cette ici. Et qu'après 5 années, commune qui a préparé pour aller voter pour un gouvernement. Gouvernement flambeau pas ni rien yo ça mouché peuple cette ici pour dire mi c'est ça nous a fait baou en 5 années nous te ka conduire gouvernement. The healthcare system is in crisis. The security of the citizens is a problem. Our students are not better off today than they were 5 years ago when the UWP came into office. And my brothers and sisters, they are quick to blame everything on COVID. But this government had shown us before COVID that they did not have what was necessary to govern this country in a manner that St. Lucians would have benefited. Et qui ou ka rester en ville, ou se j'habitation, ou ka admit that by pli wet jodia, en bas gouvernement flambeau, passé iteye, le Labour Party, te en office. And we understand as a party that when you program and when you plan, you must factor in every sector of your population. But nous avons un gouvernement qui can favor big businesses at the expense of the small people. My brothers and sisters, there is a place for big business. There will always be a place for big business. And any government that is presiding over the affairs of this country will understand and appreciate that you must work in partnership with big businesses in order to cause your economy to thrive. But that should never be done at the expense of the average person who cannot fend for himself. And what about those rural communities? What about communities in this country where the banana farmers reside, and the fisher folk reside, and the small business lady has a shop? What has happened to the rural economy of St. Lucia, my brothers and sisters? The policies of the Alan Shastney government has placed a tremendous amount of pressure on the livelihoods of people in rural St. Lucia. We know all the promises that were made to the banana farmers. And if I have to repeat and make this point over and over again to underscore the seriousness of how badly this government is impacting the people in rural St. Lucia, I will. And they asked the farmers to return to the land. I plentifully fig. And they said it before the elections of 2016. Not because they were convinced among themselves that they had the capacity to get markets, but because they knew that particular soundbite would have resonated with the farmers. Yo savent la yo di farmer fig that yo ka jwenn market. Farmers ka vini vote ba yo. Ek se kondi kon fet. Mwen konet farmer ki ka sipote le ba. Mais là yo tan flambeau ka jwenn market pour vendre fig en France. Yo di yo ka bay fig yo en chance ek yo vote bay flambeau. Ek 5 l'année ja passé depuis flambeau di ça. Pas yon gwen fig qui ja tapé export pour aller France en place l'autre côté. Ek fama prenti l'onyo, ça qui a mangé machine yo, ça qui a planté plité because yon fig ka aller France. Et quand jour qu'aujourd'hui gouvernement passe à venir avec 10 farmers dat nous te fait les ouais. Et nous voulons dire pardon. Mais yo ka venir encore et puis même parole fig ça pour try connaître farmer. Yo fait pêcher même bagay. Maman l'école tenir un programme et puis les parti qu'on nous ka bayo laptop computers because nous disons that pour maman nous ça fait bien bay koyo avec bay pays nous dans la terre qu'on a créé ça a global environment nous tenir pour moucher yo manière pour servir technology. Nous pas bayo laptop because laptop ka des belles dans même maman l'école. Nous savons ça c'est bay qui ka mettre maman nous en position que ça développer et puis faire une bonne contribution pour le développement pays et puis la terre. Là yo vini. They stop the laptop program. Et que tout le monde pas manger laptop. Et que les Covid vini, à Kawaii Black en la terre. En l'autre pays, comme Mike a tapé instruit la caillou because you need laptop et puis technology. Gouvernement c'est les 600 honte qu'on yoye. Kay mande moun. Yo ka ale mande moun est-ce ou pas niveau laptop la caillou pour banou pour nous bay mamay, pour nous instruire mamay. Et yo un programme comme mamay te ka joindre laptop et puis yo debout ça. This is the workings of an uncaring government, my brothers and sisters. The parents come to our constituency offices all the time. They cannot meet the payment of CXC fees. The small shops in the different communities in Belmont, Austin Hill, Montego Bay, Gardet, Gonavin, Wifon, Goinvier, Lapel, La Ressource, the shelves are empty because the little shop owners are finding it extremely difficult to replenish the stock when the stock has diminished. And in a country where a government has borrowed in excess of $500 million for COVID relief, the farmers of Denry North, the fishers of Miku, and people in rural St. Lucia generally have not been able to benefit in any shape or form. Where the money gone? On whom did you spend it? But a government that does not appreciate the plight of ordinary people will never be able to program in a way that would bring relief to those persons. My brothers and sisters, failed promises. Failed promises. And what do they do now? Victimization has been the order of the day for this United Workers' Party government. Depuis au savent, c'est baile ba ou ka voter pour nous un petit travail, yo ka essayer pour les mains. Just recently, a few weeks ago, in my own constituency, free home caregivers who were enjoying a basic salary to provide for themselves, their children, and their family, they were fired. And you know what the accusation was? They were supporters of the Labour Party. But we have seen, in very recent times, public servants who are aligned to the UWP. They participate in a runoff today, Sunday, and the following Monday, they're in school. They're in their offices. They're going about their business like it is business as usual. But if there is just a slight perception that you are a supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party, they will come for you. But you know what? As I said, hope is on the horizon, my brothers and sisters. The election date will soon be announced. The people of St. Lucia are ready. My constituents in Denry North are ready. And we cannot wait as a collective to go in there and make a decisive statement, not on our own behalf, but on behalf of this country, on behalf of the children of this country, on behalf of the next generation. This election is more than just a contest between Flambeau and Labour. Election, ça c'est pas élection seulement que Uni Labour qui a contesté Rod Flambeau. Ça c'est une élection pour pays nous. Ça c'est une élection, décision nous fait, qui a déterminé qui a la vie nous voulons. C'est maman pays ça. C'est jeune maman là qui a levé. Est-ce ou pas pour quitter un gouvernement qui a dépensé plus que 100 millions de dollars pour bâtir facilité by cheval pour pas manger l'hôpital. Est-ce que vous supporter un gouvernement qui a servi plus que 100 millions de dollars en les facilité pour cheval mais pas bailler pharma en aider. Est-ce que vous supporter un gouvernement qui a mis des bagages en place pour cheval avec extrait machine pas travailler en l'hôpital. L'hôpital pas ni remède. Et tout le temps ça, yo ka fait bagage ça là, yo voulez cette liste quoi that yo ka fait bien. Nous ni un homme constituency nous ka créer vase. Travail c'est pour enterrer moun mort. Fouiller tout en cimetière tirer moun mort. Flambeau entrer. Yo point travail li en les mains que ba un grand homme travail là. Il te ka un petit salaire pour que madame li et puis Ishli, voyer Ishli l'école. Ou ça qui fait? Yo prêt travail dans les mains. Et jodi a yo ka venir un petit budget commission comme si c'est un beggar. He had money, he had a salary, he had income to take care of himself and his family. But today you want to reduce him to a beggar. And you will turn around and call him a mendicant. And you come with 2 little parcels of groceries because that is what you have reduced him to. Destroying and violating the man's dignity. But I say to him, and to other constituents of Denry North who have suffered that fate at the hands of the UWP, and to St. Lucians from Grosley in the north to Vieux in the south, who has all of you who have suffered at the hands of the UWP, I say to you, hope is on the horizon. We will reinstate the social programs that were destroyed because we understand in every country you are going to have people at different levels of that social ladder. My brothers and sisters, the St. Lucia Labour Party is ready. We in Denry North are ready. The Honorable Philip J. Pierre, experienced, tried, trusted, is ready to take control of this government and to put St. Lucia back on course. And he has with him a team of youth and experience, a very good blend. And we are ready to serve our country, to ensure that the madness that has characterized the last 5 years will not continue and that St. Lucia will be a better place for a St. Lucia Labour Party government. Long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Long live our esteemed political leader and next Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Peace and love.